Jenna from Scribbling Grace. Today we're going to be doing an acrylic Bible journaling page for Valentine's Day. This idea is super duper simple, just some hearts on a page. It can be changed up in so many different ways to fit your style. You can do this with acrylics like I'm doing, or you could do it with watercolors or colored pencils, whatever you like. Super simple idea. So I am starting off by just painting a basic off-white cream background to my page. Just because I like to have, if I'm using acrylics, I like to have that all acrylic background to work with. So I'm just painting that with my small flat paintbrush all around the margins, and then I like to do go over these sides, the tops and the bottoms as well. So I am going to be showing you how I mixed the colors, which I think is kind of the important concept of this page. So if you're new to working with acrylics, there's so many ways that you can mix colors, and I get asked a lot. I'm using a bunch of these, or 4 pink colors, well, 3 pink colors and a lavender, as you can see. So I have a coral, that lavender, a dark pink color, which is called cranberry, and this bubblegum pink. And I felt like they're too bright and they don't go together very well, so I wanted to mix them up so that they coordinate a little bit better together and they're more muted. So I like to just use a light brown beige color that I have. It's called territorial beige, and I'd like to just add that into my colors. It mutes them down and also lightens them up a little bit. And as I'm mixing these colors, I also want them to go together. So the way that I do that is I just don't clean my brush in between mixing each of these colors. So I'm going to go from this purple color straight into this pink, picking up a little bit more of that beige color to mute it down. And that way you'll get that remnants of that purple mixing in with it. So all the undertones kind of end up being similar, or at least closer together than they were. And so I'm going to continue mixing these together. You see, I also added a little bit of that even lighter beige color to this coral color. That coral is the one that really is the tricky one, because it was so much more different than the purple and the pinks. So getting those all to tie together is a little bit tricky, but it was kind of a fun challenge. So I am not a professional artist, and professional artists have real actual techniques to mixing colors. There's a whole thing on, mixing the opposite color on the color wheel to make lighter colors and things like that. But I like to do things the simple way because we're just Bible journaling. So adding in a little bit of a brown and white can go a long way in changing up the color tones. So I just recommend, if you've never really mixed colors, just play around with it and have fun and see what kind of colors you can come up with. So I'm starting with that bottom pink color. Why I started with that one? I just felt like it. And you totally could do as many colors as you want, or as few colors as you want. You could do reds. You could do so many different colors with this as well. I just decided to do pinks because this is my fun traditional Valentine's Day page. So, and I'm just using now a small round paintbrush to paint some hearts, and I'd call these kind of medium-sized hearts. So again, you could totally change this up, make these hearts bigger, make them smaller, add more to the page, add less. I'm going to fill this page pretty full with these hearts in these different colors. I'm starting with one color and then I'll move on to the next. And I'm just painting these hearts around my page, leaving gaps to fill with the other colored hearts. So this is not very much of a tutorial page. It's more of to give you an idea of something that you can do even as a complete beginner with no artistic skill. This page, really, I'm sharing it to encourage you that you do not need to be artistic to do Bible journaling. I get so many messages and comments from women saying that they love the idea of Bible journaling, but they could never do it themselves because they're not artistic enough. And that's just such a lie. Anybody can do Bible journaling because you do not need to have any artistic talent to do it. I started off by tracing some clip art onto my page with my phone underneath the page I was working on. Is super duper simple, and I've improved so much since then, and my relationship with Christ has grown so much, which is the most important part. So I just want to encourage you, if Bible journaling interests you, you can totally do it. all you need is the will to do it, or the, desire. Quickly, you'll see that I'm adding a little bit more of that purple to that color there, because I felt like the purple that I originally had ended up being a little too pink and matched the first color of the hearts that I was doing too much. So I wanted them to be a little bit more different, so I added a little bit more of that original lavender color to make those stand out a little bit more. So you can always go back and remix colors if you need to. And again, I'm using paints here, acrylic paints, but you could totally do this with watercolors or colored pencils or whatever you are comfortable with. So this idea is totally, I'm just sharing it so that you could have this idea and make it your own. And again, you can totally do this even if you are a beginner or not artistic, or if you are artistic too. These fun simple pages are really wonderful as well. So I just filled in the empty spaces with those heart shapes, and I tried to keep them all a similar size. My hearts are not perfect. Some of them are a little wonky. Some of them look really pretty. So that's part of the magic of this page. I also added a little bit of this light peach color at the end, just to fill in some more of those spaces that I felt were a little bit too big. And then I added some dots, because whenever I feel like a page needs a little something extra, or there's a little too much white space, I like to add some dots. And I really did finish the page off, I think. And then I'm also going to add in some white pen as well, which I'll show you in just a second. First, I dried this page with my heat gun to dry that really fast. And now I can go over that paint that's now dry with my Uniposca white paint pen, or this is the Unibal Signo white paint pen, sorry. And I just decided to just kind of outline the hearts with this paint pen, kind of more on the inside of the hearts than the outside of them. But I just drew these white hearts over the paint, and I felt like it's one of those small details that's not super duper noticeable, but it's just a good finishing touch. And can you spot the one heart that I forgot that I missed? It's in the bottom. So I am working on John 3:16, which you probably have heard this one. It says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believed in him should not perish but have eternal life." So I am just going to write this out simply with in my normal handwriting cursive with a small Micron pen. The thing about these Micron pens is that you do kind of have to hold them straight up and down, especially if they're older, which my pen is. They dry out fairly quickly, so I needed to hold mine more straight up and down, so it didn't turn out perfect the first time, so I just went back over it. And I really love how that simple lettering just went really well with the simple background. That is it for my page. A really great one, and I hope that it inspired you. You can see that there is no bleed through to the back side of the page. Acrylics are totally safe to use for Bible journaling. Didn't mess up that backside at all. So also check out the description below, because I will put links to all the supplies that I use and the names of the colors that I used. And I'll also put links to other helpful tutorials that you may be interested in. So that'll all be in the description below this video. So be sure to check that out. All right, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Much love, many blessings. Bye.